Lindsay, can you maybe just start by telling people about your organisation, because people might not have heard about you guys before?
Sure, no problem. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name's Lindsay, and I'm the recruiter for the Edinburgh branch of Elite Care Scotland. Now, Elite Care Scotland is a provider of home care that's been around for over the past 30 years. In Scotland, we have 5 branches, one in Edinburgh, one in Kirkcaldy, one in Dundee, one in Cooper, and one in Angus. We're actually part of the Prestige Nursing Group, which is our kind of parent company. They're based down south with over 30 branches down there. And obviously Scotland branches, we go by the name of Elite Care Scotland. In 2017, we became part of Sodexo Global Home Care Group. So a lot of people are probably quite familiar with the Sodexo brand. It is a huge organisation. So we kind of come in as the Scottish part of their home care group. Okay, so what we do is we're care at home. So we support clients, could be elderly clients, clients with disabilities, clients that just need some kind of befriending, by getting into their own home and working as a home care assistant. So these are the roles that we're recruiting for throughout Edinburgh. We've got permanent roles on a full-time basis. We also have part-time roles where you can join as just a bank member of staff when if you're doing anything else in your life, whether you're studying or anything, it can be quite flexible to work around your other kind of needs. But initially we are looking for permanent full-time 40 hours per week. We kind of work on a 2-week rotation shift pattern. So you're working every second weekend. So you do have one weekend on, one weekend off. Week 1, for example, you would be working the Monday, Tuesday, then you would have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, then that would be your weekend in. And week 2 would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that would be your weekend off. So the hours per day, it's long hours. You get an early start from 7 a.m. working through till 2 p.m. You would then have a break and come back out from 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. in the evening. Okay, so again, that would be if you wanted to go on to the full-time hours, which is averaging about 40 hours a week. If that was too much, and as I said, you wanted to come on as a bank part-time member, we welcome applicants who want to just maybe work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. shift. Again, maybe just doing the late shift, 4 till 10. Again, we do have some members who just work weekends, so they might just work a Saturday, Sunday, doing the full days on the Saturday, again on the Sunday. Rates of pay at the moment, we are competitive in the Edinburgh market, so the rate of pay is £9.30 per hour for during the week and £9.54 at your weekend shifts. The good thing about working from the Edinburgh branch is we pay weekly. A lot of other care providers and organisations are on monthly pay, so we find that everybody that gets paid weekly actually works quite good because they know what they're getting kind of every week. Is there anything else you want to ask at this stage, Kelly?
So there might be some people watching either live just now or later on when we put it on the Facebook page. So there might be people who have never ever thought about doing care before, but there's jobs at the moment and they're thinking, is it something that I could do even though I've got no experience at all? What would you say to them, and maybe also what would they actually be doing in the job? Would they be doing personal care? Are they giving out medication? Just a bit of a flavour for anybody that's completely new to it. That would be really useful.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, during the times we're going through, there are a lot of people that we are getting through that are completely new to care. Now, they might have no working experience, but they might have personal experience, whether they've been looking after a loved one or any other kind of situation that they've got transferable skills that can come through, which is great. We've offered plenty of training, so you would be trained up to speed before you went out to work. a typical day, for example, what you're doing as a care at home assistant is you would be going in to meet your client in their home in the morning. You may be getting them up out their bed. They may need assistance to get out of bed. You would be assisting with their personal care. A lot of clients don't have great mobility, so you might be working with someone else on a double up, which you would be using the hoist and everything to get them out of bed and to get them into the shower. But again, all the kind of training for that would be provided. So once you've kind of got them up and dressed and washed and ready, you could be preparing their breakfast or helping them, obviously giving them the choice if they're able to make their own breakfast. Um, Things like that. You might be involved in some light housekeeping duties. Medication, you will go through training in administration of medication, so you'll know how everything operates. It's mostly blister packs that we use for medication. So if the client's on certain medications, you would be administering that to them, and everything is recorded electronically. The client's care plan and everything is all on an electronic tablet that you would have. So everything that you do would be kind of logged into that. There may be, in a normal world, when people are getting out and about, there may be groups or things like that that the client likes to go to, so you could maybe accompany them to that. Any doctor's appointments, medical appointments, anything like that. Even just sometimes maybe taking them out shopping, or as I said, groups, community groups, that kind of stuff. Lunchtime calls, we do have quite a lot of calls that you would just pop in at lunchtime and make sure the client was okay at lunchtime, give them their lunch, etc. Again, in the evening would be evening meals, and then we do have tuck-ins, which is like in the evening. So basically, it's getting client into bed and everything and making sure they're all settled for the evening. So that's the kind of gist of what happens there. So I would say for anyone that's completely new to care and they're thinking of it, but they think, oh, I've never done it before, don't be put off at all. As I said, all training um, is given by one of our in-house registered nurses. We've got two of the girls, they're great. They do practical training with you, which at this moment in time is it's done virtually. But when you get out to work, you'll be shadowing with an experienced member of staff just to kind of show you the ropes, and then going through the process, you're signed off with each kind of module that you do. So there is on-call support for you all the time. You aren't just kind of put in there and left to your own devices, that there's always someone there to support you.
And what we would say to anybody watching is you might have been putting in applications to care places, and if you've got a different background and you're not hearing back, do get in contact with us and we can absolutely help to structure your CV looking at transferable skills, particularly aimed for care jobs, and get in contact with us afterwards. There's a question, so you were talking a little there, Lindsay, about training that you provide, and somebody's asking, do you need any qualifications at all before you even start?
No, there is no requirements for any qualifications related to care. Okay.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And how would people apply? It's often application forms, is that the case, or you guys take CVs?
No, we don't do applications, we work from CVs. So if a candidate is either to go through you guys yourself or come through us directly, all we ask for is an up-to-date CV that's as up-to-date as possible, with your work history, what you've been doing, any qualifications that you might have, even if it's just back to school stuff and things like that. But it's quite an easy process. You'll send a CV in. Then we would contact you for a kind of pre-screen, and that would just be a chat to see what you were looking for, what kind of hours you were looking for, and after that, all going well, we would book you in for an interview, and then if you're successful, you'll be put forward for all your e-learning training and everything. Obviously, with the nature of the role being in care, everybody has to have a Disclosure Scotland check, so we do PVG updates for everyone. Anyone that doesn't have a PVG will be asked to apply for a PVG membership. But a lot of candidates do have current PVGs, so it's just a kind of update. Now, unfortunately, candidate would need to pay the cost for that for a PVG update, but it is reimbursed after you've done 100 hours. The money for that does go back into your salary. Okay.
And do you need to be able to drive? I know some care jobs, you look for drivers.
Preferably at the moment, we are looking for drivers with access to their own car, just because that the kind of bulk of our clients at the moment, it suits best if you are a driver. But if you're not a driver, we'll still take you into consideration because there is a lot of walking routes as well. I would say preferably drivers, but if not, we can put you onto a walking route as a double up.
And I think we spoke before about this, Lindsay, but would people be, I suppose, put on a rota reasonably near where they live if they were walking, or would they be travelling quite far in between clients if they were on public transport or walking? How would that work?
If they were a walker, they would be put on a route that's close to home. We wouldn't expect candidates, new members, to be dashing about all over the place on public transport to get to their clients, because it's not fair on the person. It puts added stress with travelling time, and it's not fair on the client with the kind of unreliability of public transport, etc. So if you were on a walking route, it would be close to home. And again, if you weren't a walker and you were getting placed with a driver, you would be getting driven about by your partner, kind of thing. So travelling isn't a great deal between clients because we are Edinburgh area. So you're not going outside the Edinburgh Central.
And you've got jobs right now?
Yes, we're currently recruiting. We never stop recruiting. We're looking for staff continuously. We are well established in Edinburgh just now. We have a lot of clients round about kind of Morningside, Marchmount, Kirkstofan, Gorgie, but we are taking on new business all the time. So we want to have a successful staff pool that we can pull into new services. So there is currently vacancies available. There's not any halt on recruitment at all. So yeah.
And so if there was somebody that was thinking, I'm not really looking for full time and I've maybe got specific hours that I can work or that I can't work, would you still encourage them to apply? And then you can have that discussion prior to an interview.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said before, if you wanted to come on as a bank staff, we've got a lot of members that just work on a bank, but they get loads of hours. Quite a lot of students, people might think that they're going back into studies and they've got extra time. The 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock shift, that works quite well for part-timers. And as I said, if you just want to work weekends or whatever. So part-time applicants definitely more than welcome, yes.
Fantastic. Well, if there's any more questions, feel free to type it in if you can. If not, I will upload this video to the Facebook page anyway, and we can get back with any answers to your questions that we have not necessarily been able to answer just now. But thank you so much, Lindsay. That's really good. It's nice to hear that there are jobs available in Edinburgh.
Yes.
Yeah, and what I would say is please get in contact with us at Community Renewal, the Next Step project. We can, like I say, help put you forward for any of these elite care jobs. We can help you look at a CV if that's what it is that you need. So thank you, Lindsay, and hopefully that's been fruitful for you. We'll see.
Okay, well, thank you. Can I just jump in again before I go? Just to talk about some of the kind of benefits that we offer when you're working for Elite. There is quite a lot of benefits. One of the things that's going to be happening going forward is we're getting support for members to be put through their SVQ in care, SVQ level 2 or SVQ level 3 in care. There is going to be funding for that probably into next year. So that's something to think about as well if you're kind of totally thinking of rechanging your career and you want to come in new as a carer. You can be working towards the SVQ 3 in care, which is what it's all about really, with like triple SC and everything. That's what they're looking for. So we do have that. Also, there's an employee assistance programme, which is a free confidential service for anyone that needs any help, advice on anything. We have a Care First organisation that's on the end of the phone for that. We also have Your Elite, which is like a benefits and rewards package, which has got like high street discounts at stores like Tesco and Argos and quite a few eating places as well. Something that proves to be quite popular is the Refer a Friend scheme. So if you were working, if you came on board and you were working and you were like maybe 3 months down the line or whatever, and you had a friend who you spoke to and thought, oh, I'm getting on really great there, and you referred them, there would be a cash incentive. So there would be £250 cash for yourself, split with the new member after probation period. So you would get like £125 each for recommending a friend into Elite. So that's something quite good as well. Uniform, that's provided. You don't have to pay for a uniform. As I said, we pay for the PVG cost, that's reimbursed into you. And your holiday pay obviously is accrued as well. So that's just kind of some of the good push points, if that's okay.
Yeah, what is your probation period?
Say that again. Oh, 3 months. 3 months probation period, yeah. So you're supported, obviously, we monitor you and you monitor us. It works both ways. You're supported throughout your probation with updated meetings with your branch managers just to see how it's getting on. And then all going well, you're signed off and that's you a permanent member of staff.
And then is there ongoing support for people? Because it's quite a tough job, isn't it? So after the 3 month probation, would people get support if they need it still?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're getting refresher training all the time. Like if you're coming on just now, you would do all your mandatory training, like your moving and handling, medication, dementia awareness, all the kind of gist of training. But again, that's all refreshed. So we monitor it how when you first were signed off, and then maybe in 6 months' time you'll do a refresher course in manual handling. So it is, and there's new modules that are coming out all the time by the Care Inspectorate and stuff. So there's plenty of ongoing training and support there for you.
Thank you so much. All right.
Right, okay.
Thank you. Okay, so hopefully that was useful. Like I say, thanks for joining us. Do join us again at 2 o'clock if you're interested in any positions with Scotland, or tomorrow is going to be People's Energy, and that's at 2 o'clock as well. Even if you're not 100% sure, do pop on and have a watch, and then hopefully that'll help you make up make a decision on that. Any questions that we haven't managed to answer, we'll attempt to do so. So do leave a comment afterwards. And I'll pop this video on the Facebook event feed. So if there's anybody else that you know that might have been interested but wasn't able to watch live, then do tag them and they should be able to see the video as well. Get in contact with us. We can personally recommend you to employers that we work with if you are registered with us. And as I said at the start, we do have a suite of options. We work with you individually to find out what it is that you need and support you into available jobs in Edinburgh. So the number for us, Community Renewal Next Step Project, is 0300 365 0025. Thank you so much and have a great Monday.